I 25 female feel like I'm losing my mind. Every time there's a conflict with my boyfriend, 20 for male, my 25 female boyfriend to for male. And I have been in a relationship for a year. A recurring theme is anytime there's a conflict and I'm upset, my boyfriend shuts down and just says the same things over and over again. I feel like I never get comfort or reassurance. But I feel like I'm losing my mind trying to tell him what I need. Here's the most recent example. We had plans this weekend for a friend's surprise party. But I was feeling sick, so I told him he could park at my apartment and should probably stay with our other friend. He went out as planned, stayed at our friend's, and then this morning got his car and left without saying a word. I was hurt because he lives an hour away, and I don't get to see him often, and was hoping for even so much as a text saying, "Hey, I have to hit the road. I'm sorry I can't come up and see you, but I hope you're feeling better." I expressed to him that I was hurt and upset. He left without saying anything, and he just said, "I'm sorry, and then I'll give you space." I responded saying that I didn't ask for space, and he said, "Nothing I say or do will make things better, run, and I'm driving." I tried to explain that's his interpretation, without really considering what would make me feel better, or without even really asking what would make me feel better. This is the point in the conversation where I usually get the same responses over and over. And it's something along the lines of, "I'm sorry, I should have done X, and it was wrong of me, and I'll try to be better," and that's it. That's all he says every time I get upset about something. I feel so hurt, but I don't even know why or how to explain it. It just makes me feel alone, like we can't even work together to resolve conflict. At this point, I lashed out and was like, I'm so sick of the copy and paste responses without really checking in on my feelings, making assumptions about what's best and not trying to genuinely communicate. It came from a point of feeling so exhausted of being hurt and not being able to resolve anything. He responded by saying, "It just seems that the one time I make a mistake and don't check in, it's literally the worst thing I've ever done. And I understand I should have checked in." And that was the last thing he said. I feel like I'm losing my mind here. It feels like I can't even remember what it's like to resolve a conflict in a healthy way. Does anyone have experience with this dynamic and can help me understand how to fix it? I feel like I'm communicating my feelings to a brick wall, and it feels so isolating and like nothing gets resolved. And what you guys think and advise for OP's situation? What would you do if you're on her situation? Let me know on the comment section. Now let's go to the top 3 comments on community comment section. What's their opinion about this? From LionsFan 20,096,896, might be time to get a new boyfriend. From Budget Surgeon, the example feels like it carries the scars of many unsuccessful attempts at conflict resolution. I had a similar problem. The relationship lasted for years, longer than it should have. In the end, she was numb from my roboticness, and I was numb from walking on eggshells. You could try talk to him when things are calmer. Maybe he wants to be more expressive and is willing to work on it. Maybe you can accommodate this as a quality you don't love, but are willing to accept in the broader scheme. But I think there's a fundamental communication issue, and more talking won't help. My advice is to move on. You know you're not required to stay in any relationship. If it's hurting you and there's no change, just leave. If they're not putting effort and not listening to what feels wrong to you, then it's gotta be one-sided. And here's our next story. My 20 for female sister 20 female keeps reminding me. She bought me a Switch for my day 2 years ago. 2 years ago for my birthday. My sister very generously bought me a Nintendo Switch. To be clear, I did not ask her for any gifts. I was not expecting her to give me anything. Out of love and kindness, she bought me this very extravagant gift, and I